252 Nepalese house. Nepal is a home for 252 species, of which the 16 species are exotics and the 18 species are endemic. But sometimes we face the systematic position of the species. Sometimes we have double the synonyms and so systematic division is highly realized in this sector. Nepal contributes about only 0.1% of the total Earth surface, but the global fish representation of this country is about 1.38%. There are three major river systems. There are Kosi River system in the eastern part, Gandaki River system in the central part, and the Karnali River system in the western part. And according to Rajput 2012, 176 species have been reported in the Kosi River system. 193 species have been reported from the Gandaki River system and the 152 species from Karnali River system. If we talk about the Karnali River system, the Karnali River basically is the trans-boundary river system between India, China, and Nepal. And in case of Nepal, this basin, Kosi River basin, is divided into several sub-divisions, sub-basins. And one of them is Kosi sub-basin, in which my study area lies. And the Kosi sub-basin is about 3,712 square kilometers. And the Kosi River system, which has 7 major tributaries. That's why we often call this system as the Southern Kosi River system as well. Southern means 7 in Nepali. Kosi sub-basin. The elevation of the Kosi sub-basin is very drastic, which ranges from 565 to 8,842, 48 meters above sea level. The Kosi River, which is one of the major tributaries of the Southern Kosi River system, flows through touching in 3 districts, Solukhumbu, Orotuka, and Kota. And the rocks and boulders are the major domain you can find on the upstream side, whereas the boulders and pebbles are the downstream side. The major tributaries of the Kosi River are the Ilku, Horo, and the Rawa rivers. The Kosi River joins the Southern Kosi River, and the Southern Kosi River again forming the Southern Kosi River system. Kosi River joins the South Kosi River, and they eventually join as a Southern Kosi River system, and which implies in the Ganges River system of India. This is sampling size of the study area. My study area was divided into 10 different sampling sites labeled here S1 to S10. And my sampling size, the elevation range was from 358 meters above sea level to 486 meters above sea level. The basic objective that I want to share with you is to find the diversity status of fishes of the Kosi River. Fish samplings. Fishes will collected in 2 seasons, basically post-monsoon and pre-monsoon, and taking a total of 4 sampling seasons, and 2 years, that is from the post-monsoon 2020 to pre-monsoon 2020. 2022. Okay? And the different fish situation from the collection proposal, translate and increase of the variant base size. And the base size range from 2 to 4 centimeters. The casting also like sometimes I use the 2 cm base size, and sometimes I use depending on the situation of the sampling spots. Fishes were identified with the help of different techniques like econometric and statistics for basically used, along with the number of characters. And the online portal like fish-based as well as catalog of fishes will also consulted whenever applicable. The fish diversity status was assessed through different diversity indices, including salmon virus diversity, marmalade freshness index, Phylus Wilderness, marmalade freshness, Phylus Wilderness index, and Simpson index of diversity. And the relative importance was also measured in order to assess the dominancy of the variety fish species. And the species activation curves also generated to examine if the sampling efforts were sufficient or not. And all the analyses were carried out in the free environmental version, that is software that is passed and version 4.02. These slides summarizing the total number of fish species recorded during the study period. A total of 22 fish species have been recorded under 8 different families and in 3 orders. These slides will be on the diagram. On the primary y-axis, we can see the number of species, and the secondary y-axis there are number of families here. And the total number of fish species and families recorded in 4 different sampling seasons were indicated here. And the interesting is the number of species as well as fish family were highest in pre-monsoon of 2021 and lowest was recorded in post-monsoon of 2020.
Environmental problems, especially in Nepal, probably which is the high power dams, which is pretty much very randomly constructed, and that is because of that the connectivity is in great loss, and because of that not only a particular species but the whole ecosystem has been in great problem. So in fact that is also true with the government of Nepal. In Nepal also exactly as you said, it is true. But even I see that even Bangladesh has a more severe problem that I hear somewhere that some 7 rivers have been dried up because of so many reasons. So that kind of severity so far has not been reported. But there is a huge biodiversity loss, especially in the sector of the fisheries. Sunset fisheries in Great Lema, also in Nepal. So that's a huge problem, and we are trying to bring also trying to do some sort of outsourcing to get some knowledge on the outside, as well as also trying to do some sort of campaign to protect our biodiversity, protect the environment. So those are some of the reports recently. And recently we also brought last year, I think 2 years ago, there is a policy which has passed through Parliament. So we are hopeful using that policy probably can bring some good advocacy, some good changes, some good investment to save the world.
Whereas this species can attain length up to 100 to 150 millimeters. So as I told, the polyester resistant migration species is basically from the Red Sea, and it migrated to the Suez Canal and established in the Mediterranean Sea. So it is environment is considered invasive species. So to talk about the importance of this species in aquaculture, these species can get like good economic aspects, can contribute about like $2.5 billion per annum to Qatar economy through polyester culture, and this species can be used for food and ornamental purpose, forming like earrings, bangles, and this species has fast growth rate and all year round availability. So on the right hand side there is a image depicting the possibility to use this species in integrated monotrophic aquaculture, and this can help in making the ecosystem sustainable through circulating the nutrient in the water environment. And there has been a study which has proven that this species can be co-cultured with the fish, bios and other, and it has proven that using the polyesters has positive impact on the fish culture. So now to talk about how they do the particle processing. The basic step is that first they capture the particle from the surrounding water and then they transport through the gills. There, the selection or rejection of the particles occurs. So those particles which are selected, they get ingested, weighted, the resultant particles, they expel in a form of pseudofish. So this is the basic step in the bios, which is the Western feeding, but there might be some difference according to the types of gills they possess. So in the species which I study, they have an interactive filamentous gill type. On the left hand side, you can see the schematic diagram showing the gill structure, two different filaments, principal filament, and between the ordinary filaments, where the particle transfers dorsally, so these particles are likely to get accepted. And on the ordinary filaments, the particle transfer ventrally, so this track is also known as ventral track, rejection track. And on the right hand side, there is an endoscopic image of a Pacific oyster showing the principal filament and ordinary filament. So, in the Bibles, it is said that they can attain the particle with 100% retention efficiency when the particle size are greater than 4 micrometer. And for this, one structure, lateral structure is considered to be important. But the species which we are studying, they are found in oligotrophic water, where the phytoplankton less than 2 micrometer is dominant. So the question is, how do they do feeding and do these species and lateral frontal ciliary for the particle capture? So the aim of our study was studying the gill structure of these species and possible particle processing mechanism using scanning electron microscopy and histology techniques. So for this, the samples were collected from Greece from 2 different locations and they were fixed using 2% ultraviolet solution and then transferred to the isomer lab months for the study. So first, for the scanning electron microscopy, the samples which were preserved were cut into the smaller pieces and they followed by the dehydration in the ascending series of ethanol and then dry. And after that, coated with the palladium and it was examined using scanning electron microscopy. So for the histology also, the initial stage was similar to that of scanning electron microscopy. The gill was cut into smaller pieces, then dehydration. After that, rotational or paraffin bedding section by using the microtome cutter, and then it was mounted on a slide. After that, it was kept on hot plate, and then for the staining, 2 different staining procedures were followed. One was trichome staining, another was combined periodic staining and LCN tube. So after that, the gill structure was observed using the microscopy technique. So now to move on to the results. So this was the gill structure results we found. It has the heteroactive filament, principal filament and ordinary filaments which was in plique formation, which you can see on the schematic diagram on the right hand side. And then it were in the plique formation by the help of ciliated spur and interlamellar junction. So now to talk about the ordinary filaments. Pictada radiata had 8 to 12 ordinary filaments, whereas spondylus had 16 ordinary filaments. Here on the right hand side, is histology image section of Pictada radiata and spondylus. So they were connected by ciliary spur. Frontal and lateral cilia, no front lateral frontal cilia were present. It is the image of schematic diagram. Here is the scanning electron microscopy image structure showing gill, lateral cilia, frontal cilia. There were no evidence of lateral frontal cilia. And this is the difference in how the lateral frontal cilia may looks like. Macular ciliary. To talk about the principal filament, it was of U shape in Pictada radiata and there was no hybrid organization as mentioned in early study. So about spondylus, it was of T shape and densely ciliated unlike that of Pictada. These are the scanning electron image of Pictada radiata spondylus. So for the discussion, there was some fixation problem because of which we couldn't do leukocyte study. And the sparsilation of Pictada radiata and usage principal filament spondylus tuberous. It may take different shape and changes. So it is important that combined mechanism of ciliary action, mucus and water current is important for the particle capture. And to conclude, the Pictada species gill has a heteroactive filibrand contrary to what was proposed by the previous study. And there were no lateral frontal cilia, but these species were capable of capturing the particle efficiently. So basically there lies some capture mechanism which need to be further studied. And these mechanisms are important for feeding oligotrophic water. Thank you for that.
Presentation and wonderful information. I would like to thank people of Stress for a wonderful presentation. This is a very good topic to me personally. I think may be new to others, and the interesting the story by own Stress is very interesting, and I have one question. I have just one son. I will talk you later about the Richard story, very interesting, and the wonderful presentation by Dilip Kumar Jasar, and very nice presentation and inauguration of the book by Dr. Guru. I hope in the future this all interesting topic would work for us as well as for foreigners.
Thank you very much. You told about TBTI concept and then biodiversity in Bawai River, biodiversity in Narayan River, also fish diversity in Bhukoshi River, and then gene structure for the IMTA means intertrophic, multi-trophic aquaculture. So all those informations, those presentations was very much useful for all the audiences present here and provide us a lot of information. Actually, scientific discussions, scientific sessions should be like this, where an enormous flow of ideas, enormous flow of and exchange of new knowledges will be exchanged from one researcher to another. Though there are a lot of questions from many of the audiences, but due to limitations of time, we have to finish it. Now, we should have a scientific congress for unlimited time. We will discuss on these issues, we will exchange our views and ideas and scientific thoughts on that particular conventions. Thank you very much for your patience, Harry. Thanks a lot.
So probably we are going to have high capacity, and let me request Thaneshwar Bhandari to present assessing market linkage and leverage aquaculture farmer paying into that. It's a very good topic. Let's see. Thank you.
And if you see that this company shows that the backward market means that just interdependent activities that are associated with especially about the fish feed and the supplements and the trade tools and the machinery and the technology generation aspect. And because these are the backside, we normally call this the backside of products. And so, because these have crucial role in the cost structure, productivity, and efficiency as well. And like in the forward market, linkage on the other hand is associated with the forward connectors after production or post production activities, and post production activities, for example, the transport, collection, processing, wholesale, retailing, consumption, and export and import activities. So, and then there are, we normally call this as a forward linkage, also the vertical linkage, as well as the horizontal linkage, because of the association they have, and then in the vertical layer, either they are connected or horizontally they are connected within the tariff function. And so these key keywords I am discussing are the gross margin, profit, level of valuations, services development, and those are increasing profit and employment as well as the livelihood aspect. Because that how to drive market, the existing market has created those rewards, and these rewards are just nothing. And I would like to explain all this aspect in detail. So, and then if we are discussing about this aquaculture and the profit of the market is
capture and for each age for the culture percent. Culture percent is taking the forefront of market, and one thing is taken by the Indian fishery, or we can call it the capture fishery. And it has expanded markets, especially for the life and the products. And this is the dynamics that is currently changing. And one is in the major source for this type of the culture fishery. And especially this market is governed by the intermediary. We can say that brokers dominated market because that intermediary ultimately determines the price. And so my research question is that is the current fishery market structure and the system approximate of the river markets. And that is the interesting question. And then some specific questions that are these products, you can say that backward in markets making cost of production stable. Second question is, are forward markets making income stable? And so these are the basic questions, and important objectives are set accordingly. And there are some limitations and some parts of the facts need to be analyzed and then to be proved. And then this will be included in the final article. And so my research materials and method discussed with the private data collection from farmers, cooperatives, from company and service providers, and also did focus on discussion and PII with the service providers as well as the relevant stakeholders. And so these are my study areas, and those materials also secondary data are collected from the different organizations. And so empirical data must be focused on the descriptive analysis, the customer person, gross margin, profit, original sales, and these are my analytical methods, and then data display I will use table and the diagrams. And so if we discuss about the linkage in the complex in the fishery, because like one district has one linkage working in the other district have other. In the Parai district, basically there are Jaruat or river, these are the local wholesalers, and in Rupate, basically there are some the bundles, and then those are connected. And then somewhere interconnected, and so in the concepts we normally discuss about the input supply to the consumption aspect. So in this aspect, the price variations, and then we have the different price people die. I am also analyzing about the car as well as some night club here, as well as the trout, rainbow trout. So the prices are definitely different, and also export market is different here. And so I don't like to explain this figure much because I would like to go in the generic map. Generic map is a little bit easy, and then these are some below the backward side, and these are the doors, and there are some below the product linkage, and there are some temporary linkages are associated, and there are the forward linkage actors including the consumption aspect.
FGD and interview. Yeah, there were numbers in the parentheses. What does that represent?
Okay, the number.
So I will more focus on the big structure and its management strategy. And we know that the success of any project or business is totally dependent on how they pursue
dealt with it. Aquaculture business. In aquaculture business, we have to consider the production technology, its social and economic impacts, and its environmental and climatic influences. The efficient farm management technique involves not only the biological activities but also a careful attention to its economic and financial measure for the success of the business. All these factors are integrated to each other to make it a successful business. And the objective of my study is to investigate the farmers' perception on risks in aquaculture and their management strategy by distinguishing the risk variable and to analyze the economic performance of aquaculture farming in Nepal. These are the study area. I selected 5 districts representing Kosi province, Madhya Pradesh and Lumini province. The data were collected on March 2020 to June, and I have made the sector survey questionnaire. Household survey was carried out, and the sample number is 150. And for the data analysis, I used SPSS, exploratory common factor analysis with various orthogonal projection, and economic analysis, efficiency, profitability, NPV, and the sensitivity analysis. I would like to skip this one, this is the sensitivity analysis. I would like to go directly to my figures. The sources of risk. For my study, I have said the 21 different sources of risk, and with the factor analysis method, these are categorized in some risk factor. From the response of the farmers, we found the financial risk as the low credit availability, under financing, and high cost of equipment. These are two under the financial risk, and another important risk is perceived are the input and quality risks, that is low quality of feed, high price of feed, and the fixed disease. That the farmer perceives financial risks as the most important risks, which directly affect the farm, but the response of the farmer is that is beyond their control. Similar results are also demonstrated by the other research also. And input and quality risks maybe due to the lack of the technical know-how on feed and seed quality, and they have to rely on the solution from the local feed distributor, feed manufacturing companies, and private equity. Similar cases are also possible as the vital risks from the Norwegian farmer and the Bangladeshi farmer also. And similarly, the risk management for the risk management strategy also I have to say the 21 different management strategies, and the farmer perceives timely availability of quality inputs and crop insurance could be the most important management strategy for the risks in aquaculture farming. The research here is somewhat contradictory, like these aquaculture farmers are confronted with the problem of timely availability of quality inputs, and they perceive crop insurance as the second most important strategy. This highlighted, same kind of result was also highlighted by different researchers. As we see that the farmer perceives financial risk as the most important risk, but the management strategy dealing with financial risk were not perceived as the important strategy. So the result may sound somewhat contradictory. This might be due to the farmers are more concerned with the management of day-to-day activity to quality inputs like that in order to maximize their income rather than reducing their financial risks, which they generally consider beyond their control. Similar strategy were also seen in the Vietnam strategy farm also. And in the economic analysis, we see among the 5 districts, also was found to be like we see in case of the cost of production, the highest share was in the feed. It's about 30 to 45% of the total production cost, which is followed by the labor cost. And the positive net returns was found in some farm, most of the farm, but for some small farm they show negative NPV. Similar results also discussed previously by financials also. And this ratio was found to be greater than 1. It shows that our agriculture business is found to be feasible. And we see the high profitability in the Dhanusa district. It might be due to the low production cost because in the Dhanusa district we have the low labor cost in that particular district. They have short marketing channel also, and some of the fish supply chain higher farm gate price in Ethiopia is also mentioned by the farmer in Molai. And in Dhanusa we have like the wider acceptance of the fish. It's famous as per the name. So wider acceptance of the fish because of the good quality and freshness, and consumer ready to pay the more. That might be the reason of the higher profitability in the research. And sensitivity analysis results show that that aquaculture farming is more sensitive to the change in the selling price of the fish. It indicates that large influence on profitability in comparison to the other parameter. 50% increase in market price increases the NPV almost like 85% in rural aid, and 20% increase in market price of red seafood increases the NPV by 129% in offshore aquaculture production in Korea also. So sensitivity analysis results show that the aquaculture farming is more sensitive to change in the selling price of fish. So in conclusion, we can say that aquaculture is a risky venture, yet a profitable business. It is highly vulnerable to change in the market condition and the production condition, and farmer perceive financial risk as the most important sources of risk. So it shows the need of appropriate price policy to facilitate the soft loan and easy credit access to farmer for the security and the sustainability of aquaculture business.
At the beginning it is said, Rana kept this piece in the garden, and Sean said, there is another palace where this piece were kept. So, during late 90s, I got little survey. The topic was ornamental fish trade in Kathmandu Valley. And at that time there were 20 retailers, approximately 5,000 aquarium keepers we estimated. 2 importers were there. So then after in 2011 and today, 30 aquarium dealers in Kathmandu Valley were reported. So the current scenario is quite different, and it is growing very fast. Now we have 150 aquarium dealers across Nepal. Except Banali province, all province, all 6 provinces we have aquarium stores, dealers, and now it is spreading and is scale up. So there are 4 importers. Before that there were 8 importers, but during COVID, so importers they did not work well, so their business was closed. Actively there are 4 importers. So now let's talk about the government role and the current status of this species imports. Nepal government, I will approved for the importation of 144 this species by 4 importers, and the market demand, based on the market demands, when it is collected, before that, how we, I will highlight about how we collect the information. This is the basically the survey reports. We conducted detailed survey among 50 aquarium keepers, 40 economic dealers and both importers based on their given information and the past report with the reports. So the import market demand based on the market demand, only 36 species are quite popular. And usually the importer imports these species from different countries. Usually India is the main country which supplies or we import 85%. Then the rest of part is imported from China, Thailand, Singapore. So during late 90s, most of the fish were imported, almost 70%. At that time, 70% were imported Singapore, in Bangladesh, Thailand, from China. So the scenario has changed. So imports, is the report. This one, the import has surged during 2017-18 to 2021-22. It was 120, just over 120,000 in 2017-18, and 2021-22 it surged drastically 4,000, 460,000. So yeah, this is the scenario, and it is the information given by the carrier of the international parent office. So it doesn't represent all over the country. So the growth driver of ornamental fish would be one night from the cities, cultural ranges. There are some people they still like ornamental fish and they just collect and they stock in the rivers or other water bodies. And people are more conscious of health. I think city people, maybe in our society, especially Kathmandu, many young generations, they go another country and their parents used to stay at home. And the government would be one of the best items to give them enjoyment. I think so. That's why people are more interested. And this could be the unique factors. So now let's talk about the demand of fish and their price. Definitely, ornamental fish is an expensive business. The price of fish is so high. So the high demand, I have mentioned here high demand fish and their price is 4 players, and the low demand fish and the 4 players. And the high demand fish could be zebra, angel, tetra, ball, and goldfish. The price ranges in this way. That's why and I think among these, this one, angel is expensive, and goldfish also expensive. I think there's some good demand of fish. The power bird is almost very expensive, 8,000, 5,000 per minute. Like this Japanese one is also 8,000, 8,000 per minute. So this is our here. In the 53% based on the why we need with the economic peoples, 53% economic peoples prefer goldfish, rupee, molly, and credit card. So based on that, we have to make our own plan. If we want to go to Paris, in our own systems. So 24% peoples prefer star, parrot, dollar, and banana fish. The price of the dollar fish vary by species, the color pattern, and size. Likewise, the customer favor smaller, economic fish like while crop, for instance, in the Kathmandu, in winter it is very difficult to keep the economic people keep them up to date because the temperature go down. So they have to heat the system should be there and it is expensive. Most of the fish are tropical and subtropical. So we have to think in the horizons, we have to produce at global levels. So 80% of ornamental fish demand is I see from March to September with a decline in food. Let's discuss about the organizations involved in the breeding and breeding of ornamental fish. Set of fisheries Madam, she is representing the office, and our office is producing almost 60,000 ornamental fish annually, and with 5 or 10 per PS, and so yeah, maybe the why people market temporary because we can't why it is better is low. This could be one of them. So 50% here with the equality cost preference on yeah, particular standard. And beside that, CCTV research extension program also high quality and this is not as but they are quality from around the sponsor and so from these people also producing this kind of this over here. This is another way and that money. Let me move. So these are the identified local species that we have.
Producer and the consumer nowadays, they are oriented to catch the high production with high quality product sold. And so now the situation is changed, and we have to change our culture system from traditional type to modern culture system, where it may be informed racial culture system. Many of us know about the ICAF system, or some of us don't know about the ICAF system. It is a modern type of culture system where this is the improved type of culture system, and all the purification area, aeration, and intensive culture system you can find from the two-minute culture system you can find from same bone. This is the global scenario of production from the old and iron ore. I'm not going to elaborate all children here, if I speak and this is the culture system. First one is ICAF system, and the second one is the traditional culture system, and from the traditional culture system it is when it has algal group, we can see like this cone. This is the pictorial view of all the culture system I want to summarize in this picture. First of all, we put into the system and hormone chemicals and other things we are added intentionally or unintentionally, and that is increase the load of nutrient in the bone, and then ultimately we can see harmful algal group from the bone, and the result you can see in the picture, and then we are compromising the production and the poor aesthetic value of the piece, quality, and low acceptability for the consumer, and the market development is poor. Then the solution may be the modern culture of the system. Biological purification is available in that system. For the quality of fish, there is a different type of characteristic feature we can see in aesthetic value and nutrition, and sensory characteristics you can see in our place, fish place, and that is impact from the physical factor, chemical factor, and the treatment which are used in the bones, which is ultimately shown in the place of the fish, and intensifier it's already exists in the fish. methods and methods. I have used all of these methods and methods I have followed. And biometric method I have taken and used this formula, and nutritional composition already the example I have followed, and the technological parameters which I have used PS using cyber scan model and what the capacity of each place I have taken, and texture measurement I have gone by texture meter, and of flavor of each place I have followed this way. I harvested the fish from the food and taken the small piece of the background of the fish sample, and immediately I have packed it in the plastic pocket and stored in the 80 centigrade, and I can use it for up to 4 months. It's dependent on your convenience, and it's a statistical method I have followed, and this is the result. I have compared between two ICAF system and the test control system. There is no change into the all the pattern I have shown in here. But research mass ratio, hepatosomatic index, and visceral mass were observed in the IBID system, which are higher than so higher. And in the nutrient composition, there is crude fiber, crude liquid content is higher in IBID system, because it is an intensive culture type of system, you can say super intensive type of culture system in our composition, and this is higher. What is general level of fat content? It is lower than 2%. It means lean type of fish, you can say. And technological parameters and textural parameter, just elasticity is higher and digestion point, otherwise it's not significantly difference between two culture system. And this is the off-flavor content compound. This is the two geosmin and two MIB are the off-flavor producing compound. These are the volatile, semi-volatile compound and semi-volatile compounds. And this is MIB containing IPI gradually increase with the culture period when increase, but geosmin is fluctuated. And comparison between geosmin, IPI and TPC culture system in MIB, there is a significant difference in the initial days, otherwise it's not significantly different between other culture time. Grass cup shows significantly higher fat content, lipid content, and what has lower value in texture parameter between hardness and heaviness. What is not a significant difference. And IBIS production of fish high generally increase total production with the harvest size was small. When we intensify stock intensity, when we increase the stock intensity, it is fundamentally there is production size is small, and traditional food has a lower stock intensity and a higher size of production, size of fish is large. Nutrient-rich food at high temperature may have supported the growth of cyanobacteria, increasing
flavor in the water and the fish person. 1820 is dominated because of the juice meat production while the pig was separate in that previous slide. This is the elaborate of that's that. So it was 1840 that is transferred to significantly higher weight content portion, what had lower value in extra parameter, including high resistance and the shear force while treating artificial heat. Yes, that is all the things I want to say here. Stopping density, when you increase the stopping density, there is the small size of fish we have produced, and also there is the possibility of algal bloom and other things also. And what ICAF system is a closed system and purification area we have provided within the college system that we can manage all the flavor compounds in one college system. That's why in this research we can find, I have found that even though there is the serving density is high and more type of college system we have followed, but there is no seeds in this quality, also quality, and production, and also things. That's why I recommend the idea of a system in the office. So, thank you very much. So, question, pointers, and solutions. I'm available in here due to the times for there is constant time slot. That's right.
Thank you very much. A quick question, maybe one.
Mainly, the compounds is mainly consisted by the Tuamani and the GSM. GSM is the geosmin and Tuamani. Yeah, here is a two-methyl isochromyl. These two compounds is the best compounds for our agriculture. And you know, as a human, as a consumer, which concentration or which kind of residues in the fish will affect our taste of the fish flavor. For geosmin, 0.9 milligram per kilo, and for MIB, 0.6. So it's very low concentration of fish, and then we will taste it. So if the fish culture in the farm just accumulates this concentration, it will affect the quality of the fish product. And I will give you some example about the flavor existing in agriculture. Not only in China, not only in the US or Europe, it's also happened in Thailand and maybe in Nepal. Because right now we are conducting research together with Canada to do some sampling and analysis about the residues of those two compounds in fish from Nepal. And this one, the compounds exist, the problem exists in different agricultural systems, like the traditional aquaculture system, and also the cage culture in the lake or in the reservoir, even in the ocean, the marine fish also exists in this problem. And for the reservoir aquaculture system, the modern system, they have that problem as well. And this problem also reported to be found in carps, in shrimp, in salmon, in croaker, in many different types of common consumed fish species. And there's one news, that news happened in China several months ago. It's caused a very big economic loss in the rat system, cultured salmon. This is one of the biggest land-based rat system culture produced salmon in China, in Ningbo, and just several months ago, nearly 190 tons of salmon has the flavor, and it caused fish downgrades. And this factory plant actually is also invested by a Norwegian company
and its mother company stock in the stock exchange market in Norway because of off-labor. Their price is decreased over 50%, so it's a big economic loss. So what do we know about off-labor? What should we do to deal with off-labor? I think this is a gap to mitigate the off-labor in agriculture. First one is we need to know how to test. We need to have a method to have a fast and simple test techniques to test the concentration of residues. And second one is the techniques and skills to control off-labor. And the third one, if you already have a fish with off-labor, is that possible to eliminate the off-labor compounds in the fish to the market? So for this talk, my objective is to show you how to estimate the detection measures and the platform, and then elucidate the biological factors risking off-labor. And then I hope to provide some results from our experiment about the techniques and skills to prevent and control the off-labor in the fish. And in the future, I will also do some work and want to provide some easily used product for the fish farmer to control during their daily management. Actually, there's some research reported about the methods to detect the off-labor residues, and we have equipped a new platform in our lab in Shanghai University, and this one has consisted by the front treatment equipment. It's called the Persian trap filtering equipment, and it's connected to the GC the gas chromatograph mass for detecting the off-labor compounds. And for recently, we have established several methods for different species of fish, and also for the water, and also the salmon, different kind of samples. And it's well developed. And for the pre-treatment, we also use the microwave to distillation to extract the off-labor compounds from fish muscle. So to that method, we have already used it to get the limit of detection to 5.48 nanogram per liter for dry IV, and for geosmin, we got 4.7. So it is very sensitive method, and it's available for fast using and to test the fish samples within 1 day get results. And after we have a method, I think we should know what causes off-labor in a daily culture. So we have sampled the fish from the traditional earthy pond. This one is also contributed by Kamada's experiments before. And the species is grass carp. And we have something fish, water, the sediment, and test the water quality and the composition of the algae in the water sample, and also test the residues of off-labor in the fish. So we can see from this table, the result shows us that the geosmin and the IV is positive related to the field bacteria in the pond. So for example, the cyanobacteria and microcystis. And there are the other species correlated with off-labor found from the pond water and also fish. And the second we found is the problem is positive related to the nutrient tendency in the pond. For example, the ammonia, nitrate, and nitrogen, and also phosphorus. And here's the composition of the microbiota from the water sample, and it shows us the dominant phyla is Proteal bacteria, and we found that the actin bacteria contribute to the presence of off-labor compounds in the system. So we found the reason from algae and from bacteria. So how should we mitigate that after we got the reason? First, I think Kamala mentioned that it's better to control or maintain the water quality in your pond. So we have installed or constructed pond with, we call that also call that recycling system. For example, in the farm, this is culture pond, and we also keep the pond to treat with the water from the culture pond. So this pond is linked to this one, and this is recycling within that farm. The water is reused after treatment. So you will see that we have installed some brushes hung over the pond, and also we got some aquatic plants in those ponds. That to, for example, for the brushes, is a good thing to let the bacteria, good bacteria, to stay on the surface of it, to do the absorb the nutrient elements, and also for the plants, aquatic plants, it's also a good way to reduce the nitrogen contents in the water. So after the comparison experiment, we found that the microcyst is decreased from 7.34 to 3.5.